Hi, I'm Stephan Kesting from grapplearts.com, and today we're going to talk about why your jiu-jitsu sucks. I get a lot of emails and a lot of questions on Facebook and Twitter, and they're basically some variation of this. Hi, I just don't think I'm learning jiu-jitsu. I don't think I'm making any progress. I've been training for a couple of months, training a couple times a week. I can't train any more than I'm training because I've got a job, I've got kids, I've got responsibilities. But I don't know if I'm making any progress. It just doesn't seem to click for me. And the answer to that is, don't worry, it gets better. I promise it gets better. In fact, there's a period of about 2 or 3 months that most people go through when they're starting jiu-jitsu, when it's just a big giant jumble. It's a big giant jumble of techniques, movements, details, like why should I have my fingers here instead of here, or here instead of here? Why does it make a difference if I'm here versus there? I just can't remember this stuff. But what almost everybody finds after 2 to 3 months of training roughly 3 times a week, that all of a sudden things begin to make sense. You'll have revelations like, oh, this arm lock here is just like this other arm lock there. It's doing the same motion, we're just in a different position. Or this escape from side mount is just like this position that we're using to stop the guard pass. It's the exact same thing, just with a little detail. So all this complexity begins to resolve, and there start to be some common themes and some go-to techniques that you can use that will work for you. Even though you're learning more stuff all the time, you're not necessarily learning more stuff, you're just learning more variations, and you'll have a basic game that works for you that you can go back to. So say you get really good at the bridge and shrimp escape for side mount. Then when you learn a different side mount escape, you can try it, and if it doesn't work, you can go back to your bread and butter. So it doesn't feel so overwhelming. So like I said, for most people, it's 2 to 3 months at about the training 2 to 3 times a week rate. Now, of course, if you've got some wrestling background, some judo background, some MMA background, this could be faster. If you're out of shape to start with, if you can only train maybe once or twice a week, if you don't do any additional cardio, it might be a little bit longer. But almost everybody makes that breakthrough, and really it's at the 2 to 3 month thing. So take heart, it'll get better. One thing that I would recommend, if you haven't already done it, is go to grapplearts.com/book and download the roadmap for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's full of the basic hints and strategies and the sort of the big picture of Jiu-Jitsu that I wish I'd known when I started. Because when I started, we had very, very little ideas about what we should be doing or why we should be doing certain techniques. We basically knew it was better to be on top than on bottom. And it's a little bit more complicated than that. So that book is full of those tips that will help you get your jiu-jitsu off the ground faster, and it's free. Stick with it. Don't give up hope. Don't despair. Everybody goes through this to one degree or another, and you'll get through it too, I promise.